guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's video, we're going to be reacting to cops and ex-felons seek to find common ground. This intrigues me. Cops and ex-felons, what y'all think? Before we jump into the video, what y'all think for that? Know what I'm saying? We going complete opposite sides and we trying to bring them to the middle. We gonna find out. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit that subscribe button. Now, go ahead. All right, what we got, Jubilee?
You, my friend, the first thing you said to me when I sat down was, "Oh my God, you look like somebody I arrested before." Dude, I've known you for like 2 minutes. I don't even know your name.
Dang! He just going profile him like that. Just profile him like that. You look like. Oh man, this finna get juicy. This finna get juicy. We brought cops and ex-felons together to spark dialogue about their differences and similarities.
And I have all my people who currently or previously have worked in law enforcement against that wall, all the other people on that side.
All the other people on that side.
I am nervous about what is going to happen today.
I feel like they would all go to the seat. None of them? I was about to say nobody?
Apparently people are a lot braver than I am.
So oh, nobody? Cops going to... I thought that's a scary profession.
Apparently people are a lot braver than I am. So, you know, they're a lot
more
more
braver than me too, Bean. I'll tell you that.
Alright, my disagreeers come on.
I'm just more excited to be here and to share our stories, to hear everybody else's story.
For me, more so, it's in our situations, like you're kind of conditioned like you guys are the enemy. You know, I don't know how you guys feel about us, or I've never had a deeper conversation with law enforcement.
Probably from your point of view is that it doesn't always seem like the justice system is fair. I think that what you find though, if you truly love this job and this work, that you strive to find that balance and fairness.
I'm puzzled by what he's saying because I've never heard anything like this before. Because, I mean, if it's true what you're saying, then how come police aren't policing police? Why are you standing idly by while your fellow officers are going around shooting and killing unarmed black people? Why is that happening?
Hold on.
No.
Hold on.
No.
And I won't say just the shooting of unarmed black people, but police. Why aren't police policing police? That's a fact. And I feel like, and on the other side, know what I'm saying? Like, your bros, like, know what I'm saying? Like, no matter what my bro does, like, I'm not gonna snitch on him. No matter, and that's just how it is. So I think you kind of have that brotherhood there too. Like, know what I'm saying? But is that justice? Is that it? Ooh, that's a good question.
Why is that happening?
I have done something illegal in my life.
Illegal? I don't know. You probably did.
I feel like everybody does something illegal at some point.
I sold a shit ton of drugs. And I didn't have family. I never, I grew up in foster homes. I didn't have
so
any type of
nonchalantly.
family. But I fucking knew that when I went to prison, I knew I didn't want to come back to this shit. You know what I'm saying? So while I was in prison, I knew I needed to start there and build a foundation. I've been out of trouble since 1999. So
I chose to commit my own crimes when I was younger. I wanted the violence. I could have easily chose to do something else, but I was always there when things were going to happen.
Crazy to me.
I was thinking about between my professional life or my personal life.
That's your life.
anything illegal, dude.
Okay.
Anything illegal, man. We're playing some antics right now.
I think that, like, it's one of those things where, like, you look at, for instance, have I killed anybody? Have I robbed anybody? Have I, like, all these major felonies? No. Have I sped before? Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I hear is you're telling me there's levels of legality.
There is.
I mean, I used to be sort of on that end too. Like, I grew up well, I went to private schools. I mean, I'm not somebody, like, with stereotype as somebody who gone to prison. you know? And then I've gone to prison and I just find out how fucked up the system is. I mean, what about the guy who goes out, has dinner, and has a drink? Ends up spending 7 or 8 years in prison because somebody started a fight with them. But then I meet people in prison who've shot somebody in the back of the head execution style and only got 10 years for it, you know, whereas...
Bro, they are talking about some deep stuff right now. And levels, I feel like there is levels, you know what I'm saying, to stuff. Like, some crimes are worse than others, so of course there's going to be different punishment, different level. But what he's saying is, you know, I've seen people commit, like, these terrible crimes and get this sentence, yet this person did something, self-defense, basically, was the example he was giving, yet they almost got the same exact amount of time, like, so... He feel like the system is messed up. The system can be messed up. I think it's messed up. I don't think anything's gonna be perfect. It's gonna have flaws, but the system is. It's the time that we're given for certain crimes. I don't agree with. Personally, me, I don't agree with a lot of these. But that's my opinion. I don't know anything about how they come up with these laws. Anything about certain. I ain't gonna say too much.
Shot somebody in the back of the head execution style and only got 10 years for it.
That's crazy.
You know, whereas for me, I spent 13 years in prison because somebody was hurting my family. And I thought like, okay, well, we're gonna go get our stuff back from this person. And I get conspiracy to commit robbery, conspiracy to, you know, use a gun, which has added another 10 years and nothing ever happened. You know, nobody got hurt. And like, maybe it's cultural, maybe it's, you know, I grew up where like you defend your family.
13 years and nobody was hurt?
Sure. Can I ask a question though, like why your first thought wasn't like, let me call the cops to help solve this issue?
Because, you know what, like from my experience growing up, cops don't help. They just come by, show up, make a great show of doing their jobs, and then leave. But I'm just saying, there's no consistency in the system. It makes no sense. It depends on which county you go to, which judge you show up in front of. It's a political game. That's not justice. I mean, I would like to see that, you know, there would be some consistency. If I go to LA County or San Diego or wherever, that the same crimes would carry the same time. There would be some, you know, consideration for, you know, situation. I don't think there is.
Yes. It should be the same everywhere. It shouldn't. I shouldn't get in trouble for here for what I'm not getting in trouble for here. I shouldn't get this amount of time here if I'm getting this. If I'm not getting that amount of time here, like it should be the same. No matter where you commit the crime, it's the same crime. So it should be the same in different places. Like I said, I don't know. I know states laws and national laws. Like I don't know anything about all of that, so I don't want to speak too much. But that's just me using like logical sense. Like, why wouldn't it be the same?
Consideration for, you know, situation. I don't think there is.
I believe in the justice system.
The criminal justice system truly does help to protect societies. If we did not have it, that there would be chaos.
Well, it may not be perfect right now, but we need a justice system, and we have to believe it.
It's man-made. People have agendas. It'll never be perfect.
That if you're from a wealthier family, you're easy to get off the hook. When I was fighting my case, I had a cellie who was fighting the same crime that I committed for an attempted murder. He had came back and said that the judge gave him 1 year with 2 strikes. I don't know how that went about, but for me, I ended up getting 10 years with 1 strike. And his family was wealthy.
In that, did you have priors? Did he have priors?
I had no priors. I just didn't understand why is it that, you know, if your family has more money, it's easier to get off the hook.
That's just
A lot of
society.
times I saw that if you have a private attorney, high power attorney, I guess you have a better chance of getting off than having a public defender. That could be a little hole in the criminal justice system, but that's how it is right now, and then I don't know how to address that issue. So I guess that's
it shouldn't be a game. It shouldn't be a game with people's lives. Like how can I get this win? How can I negotiate a win with this person's life?
At the end of the day,
That's a
man,
fact.
it's all about money and it's about numbers. And there's no money in rehabilitation, man. There's money in recidivism. There's money in...
If I could give up my job today as a result of no other people going to jail, which means that they would actually stop committing crimes, I would do it in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah, but there's not too many people like you.
If we had a system
There's
full of
no-
guys like you, I mean,
Th-
that'd be
that's-
awesome.
I think that's but again, see what you just said is that's the perception that you have, is that there are not
It's
more
not.
people
It's
like
a
me.
reality for us. For me, when
I feel like society, basically, you have more money, you have more opportunities, you get away with more things. And that's not just justice system. That's with everything in society. That's life. Is it fair? Probably not. But that's life. That's not just the justice system thing.
What you just said is that's the perception that you have, is that there are not
it's
more
not.
people
It's
like
a
me.
reality for us. For me, when I was inside and the nonprofit that I work for, we had, the programs in there, and this is a class that is gonna help them, actually do something with their lives. Every evening while the guys are going to class, like they get harassed, and then we come out of class and all the cops are lined up, and, like, get on the wall, strip search, tear up textbooks, tear up their personal property, their homework. Like, yeah, that's how the system is. Like, on the way out of prison, officers were telling me, like, I'll see you back on the next one.
Oh, wow.
Like, that's fucking bullshit.
I was surprised
I shouldn't
by
say
someone's
that.
response today.
I'm
Out of everybody
intrigued.
in the circle, that he was the first one to actually voice the fact that he made choices. It's in that moment that they claim dominion over themselves. So I appreciate that.
I do agree with that. You gotta take responsibility for your actions.
I don't think any one of us right here sat here and say, like, I didn't make my own choices. I understand I made my own choices. I got myself my own time. I think.
Oh yeah.
I
Of
get the
course.
sense that you
Oh,
do too.
Definitely, without a doubt.
I think the larger issue is that the system is broken. And that's what I have a problem with. I don't have a problem with taking ownership of my actions. It's society not taking ownership of its own creation.
And I hope
Society won't.
he was the only person
Oh, of
that
course.
was vocal in saying
Yeah.
that. I will ask you this though, and I'll challenge you. Do you know who your representative is have you ever contacted their office?
No.
Have you ever contacted your congressman? Then I suggest that you should.
I mean, I
because,
have.
and here's the thing, because you strike me as a very smart individual that has the ability to go and influence.
I agree with you. I just think that you need to take a walk in our shoes. And I don't mean any disrespect by this, but you sound like a law enforcement pamphlet. You sound like every perfect thing that they want you to say. It's kind of like when you work in a company and the CEO says, this is the policy. But when you're on the ground level, you know that there are certain things that just doesn't work in reality.
Facts.
I think you have, great views, and I think
I see what
if
you're
we
saying.
had, law enforcement, like just a team of law enforcement that's exactly like you two, that have the same views, like it would be great.
However, I do. No, what I'm saying? I get where he's coming from, and I big time agree. As a cop, have you contacted Congress? Do you know who your representative is? You know what I'm saying? Like, I have no idea who my representative is. Never contacted a congressman. Like, these are things that you're able to do. You know what I'm saying? And I said, they like this system's messed up. Society's messed up. No, there are people that are innocent that are in jail. There's people with agendas. There's people with money. There's so many agendas, right? But you just have to do your best to not put yourself in that position. I hate saying that because people are born into certain circumstances, and I hate using that as an excuse. But people are in certain circumstances where, like, if you put yourself in a situation where it's like, I have nothing. My baby's got to eat tonight. Gotta go. You gonna go make something happen. You know what I mean? That's just, hey, and I'm not on either side, but
Exactly.
I understand both sides.
That have the same views. Like, it would be great, but I also think that there is reality. When you come out of prison, everything's just so stacked against you. Like,
I think that's the
That's facts.
commonality. So, like, for instance, when I talk about coming
That
out,
is facts.
I had people that told me when and where to be. All these rules and regulations, and when I got out, there was nobody there. Same thing happens in prison. You have to break out of the prison mind mentality.
Here's the difference between
It's not that easy. What he was saying the other day, it's not that. You're saying, you know what I'm saying? Like when you get the example with executives saying how things should work, but the people on the ground know it doesn't work like that. it doesn't. We're like you're just giving you're less opportunity. There's less chances. You try to be better. You try, but you just have nobody's giving you that opportunity, that chance too. Know what I'm saying?
Mentality.
Here's the difference between.
So it is hard. It's not impossible,
And
but
I
it
agree
is
with you,
harder.
there's a lot of similarities. There are a lot of commonalities with prison and the military. However, when you're in the military, you're told you're the men of this country. You're the defenders of this country. You're men. When you go to prison, we were told that we're pieces of shit. We were told that we're animals, you know? And when you've gone through a decade of that, it gets in your head. Inside your mind, it's like, who am I? Like, who am I to think that I can do these things? It just
That's
turns
true.
you into nothing. You know, it makes you believe that you're nothing, that you can't do it. And that's something that you can't put into, you know, LAPD policy, you know? And that's what the justice system does to you. Like, it breaks you.
But you know what? I can tell you this. Me looking at you, I don't see any of the things that you talk about. I would hope for you, for actually all three of you, that you know that you guys are able to escape those boundaries that have been created. Because guess what? At the end of the day, like you have one life to live, and it's going to be predicated upon the decisions that you make now.
That's big time.
I believe the justice system could be better.
Everybody got to step up for that. And it's never going to be perfect, so
I
it
honestly
could always be
believe
better.
that they have a structure in place that can help. The people who are running it are the ones that need adjusting.
That's a good
It needs a
point.
lot of work. I think the resources are put into a lot of the wrong places. And I'm not okay with saying, well, this is what we got, so let's try to work with it. Like, no, I think that there should be moves to try to improve the system. Like, I don't think we should
sure.
ever be content.
You know, like I say, unfortunately, when the budget crisis happens, training is the first one that goes out the door. I think they need more training. If their training saved the one life, I think it's worth it.
I also
Agreed.
think communication, to build a unity in the community, that way that it can be trusted with one another and be able to work with one another with all the challenges that's going on in this chaotic world.
That would be big time. That would be big time.
Good. Cool. Good luck to you, man. Oh, no worries.
Conversation.
Do you have any information on your nonprofit?
I do, actually. Let me give you. Yeah, you can look us up.
Perfect.
Thank you, bro.
That's awesome.
Hey guys, much appreciation. We get to do what we love because y'all watch our videos. So if you really love us, you'll continue to keep watching videos. There's more right here that you can check out. You probably haven't seen all of them. And if you really want to just commit to us, you can subscribe.
I do like
I'll be
Jubilee.
around. I'll be at the end of some more videos, and I will keep in touch.
I do like Jubilee because they do get these people. They sit in a room and have this conversation. Usually conversations I think need to be had, and it's great to hear two people's perspective and not just one perspective. Because you hear one perspective and you're going to automatically agree with that because if they give good points, right? But if you hear from two different sides, then it's easier to hear the facts from both sides and then choose. You know what I'm saying? What points you agree with, what points you don't agree with. And me, a lot of times I see the points on both sides. I'm usually not on one side or another. But that's all we got for this one. I'll catch you guys on the next video. It's your boy D. Neal. Out.